Welcome to my channel, This Search, bringing you another action figure collector's review on Marvel Legends series Dark Avengers Spider-Man. As you can tell, you get Spider-Man staring at you through the window. You get a few little extra accessories for this figure. Over here on this side of the box, you get a nice illustrated image of the Spider-Man, what he's represented. You get Dark Avengers Spider-Man up here at the top. You get Marvel Legends series down there at the bottom. Over here on this side of the box, you get Marvel Legends series up there at the top. You get Dark Avengers Spider-Man, and you get a nice little illustrated image of this figure as well. Over here on the back of the box, you get that same illustrated image. You get a little bit of a bio of the backstory and the origins of this figure. You get the Build-A-Figure. You get all the other figures from this wave. A bunch of legal stuff right there. You also get a bunch more legal stuff at the bottom, a barcode, and up there at the top, nothing but Marvel. Let's get to it. Open this bad boy up. Okay, let's take a good look at those accessories. And first of all, we'll go ahead and take a look at these two wall crawling hands, which is cool. You need these for whenever you're posing Spider-Man. But my issue with this is I wish we had got two more of these and two more fisted hands. But, I mean, with the amount of arms that we got on this figure, I mean, that's kind of like extra accessories in themselves. But we do get the four fisted hands, which are right here, I believe, if I can get them to focus. You get four of those that come on the hood of the figure. And then you also get those little wide open hands. And let me move my camera back. We'll go ahead and take a look at this head sculpt while we're here. And it's the same one that came on the Secret Wars Spider-Man, which is okay. And then that head sculpt that we also got as well right here is the other one that we got with the Secret Wars Spider-Man. Now, I did not pick that Spider-Man up myself, so I'm pleased to have these so I can swap them out with a couple of my other black suit Spider-Man. And here he is. Spider-Man's all out of the box and getting ready to join the Dark Avengers onto your screen. We're getting ready to figure out if this figure is really worth the purchase in just a second. Here's how that other head sculpt looks onto the figure. And it's a little tight on this figure, honestly. You hear it squeaking in there? I don't know if you can hear that or not. But that's how tight this head is on my figure. I don't know if everybody else's figure is like that, but that's mine. But he can still look down a good amount. And he does have a good range still yet. Look it up. Okay, let's take a good look at his articulation. First of all, his head can look up a decent amount. I'm not going to complain with that. I would have liked a little bit more on my Spider-Man figure, but I'm not going to complain too much. He can look down all the way to his toesies, which that pleases me a lot. He does not have any confused dog, which is a little bit bothersome. He does have the Exorcist. He can't really throw the perfect pitch, but his arms kind of get in the way with that. And all of them kind of just do the same thing. They kind of hit one another. So, I mean, it's a little bit bothersome, but you do get that range of motion with all six arms. I would have liked to see a butterfly cut. I know it would have been dang near impossible, but, I mean, Spider-Man without a butterfly cut, that kind of sucks. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have double jointed pinless elbows. He does have a wrist hinge that hinges in like that. And all of his hands and arms, they all hinge the same way. He does have an ab crunch, so if you can call it that. He can only look down ever so slightly. And back is just not happening because he's got these two big thick bulges back here for where his arms go. Let's see here. You can get him to go all the way around in a full circle with that ab crunch, which is nice that they did that because we don't have a waist swivel. We do have a thigh cut right here. He does have a double jointed knee that can bend in that far. He can do the perfect ballerina. He can do, his foot can go up that far, which is very pleasing. And he does have ankle pivot. That was a good look at his articulation. Let's take a good look at his sculpt and detail. And the pants came out very clean. I'm very pleased with that. I do not see any black seeping through, even as you move the ab crunch back. You don't really see that on this figure, so everything's very clean. I do like that a lot. Now, with his six arms, they are a little bit bulky, like back here in the back, as you can tell. I don't like how that turned out. I wish that would have been more like a flat back. But I understand why they did that, because I mean, it kind of gives them, I don't know if you can tell, but a little bit of a hunchback look. And I just don't like that. I don't feel like that's comic book accurate. The paint-ups came out very clean on the back side, and sometimes Hasbro, on the back of their figures, they skimp out on the paint, and the paint-ups don't really come out all the greatest on the back, which is the back of the figure. So, I mean, not many people care about that. But if you like Spider-Man's butt, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, because I just showed it to you. But right here, I mean, he looks really good on the front. He's sculpted very well. You know, he's got them nice abs and everything. I wish I had a six-pack like that. You can even see a little bit of his belly button right there. And the arms came out very muscular on all of them. Right here, we'll go ahead and get them all kind of spread out like that, so you can see them a little bit better. And I mean, that's an impressive looking figure. If you set that on your bookshelf or a stand or something like that, this figure will stand out because of how many arms it has. Now, getting it to pose is a little bit of an issue because of the extra weight in the back of the figure. But yeah, everything's pretty much clean on this figure. So I mean, I don't really have too much complaints other than those few little nitpicky gripes that I just said. And here's how he scales up against a couple more 6-armed Spider-Man. Over there on his right, we have Doppelganger, and he's standing kind of wonky because he's got 2 left thighs, and he's always kind of stood that way in my collection, which is very bothersome in my opinion, so I kind of just stick him in the back. But anyway, I'm just rambling on about that. And over there on his left, we have the 6-armed Spider-Man. I feel like what Hasbro did with this Dark Avengers Spider-Man was took these two and pretty much improved upon it by giving us that ab crunch, ab swivel. It's more or less an ab swivel because there really is hardly any crunch there. So I wouldn't be surprised in the future if we got another 6-armed Spider-Man in the red and blue suit with the same body mold as this one. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. I feel like Hasbro was limited with what they could do with this figure. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad figure. It just means that there wasn't a whole lot of room for them to cut into the figure to give us that extra ab crunch forward or, you know, the butterfly joints. I understand why this figure is kind of the way it is. It's because of the arms. So, if you're going into this and buying this figure for $30, you got to keep that in mind whenever it comes to the articulation. Now, I don't think it necessarily that this is a bad figure. It's one that will definitely stand out on your collection, like on your shelf or wherever you have your figures. And, you know, honestly, I enjoy mine. I don't think I would pay $30 for it again, but I did that so you don't have to. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Surge.